This number is lying to you. 4.6%. That is the unemployment rate everyone is celebrating. Governments quote it, news headlines repeat it, experts call it stable. But here is the uncomfortable truth. That number is hiding a crisis. A crisis that millions are living every single day. A crisis that does not show up on charts. A crisis nobody is talking about. Because unemployment at 4.6% does not mean people are winning. It means the system has learned how to make struggle invisible. And once you see what is really happening, you will never look at that number the same way again. What 4.6% really means. On paper, unemployment sounds simple. It counts people who do not have jobs and are actively looking for one. But here is what it does not count. It does not count people who gave up looking. It does not count people working part-time but wanting full-time work. It does not count people stuck in low-paying jobs just to survive. It does not count people working multiple jobs and still falling behind. So when you hear 4.6%, you are not hearing the full story. You are hearing the clean version, the polite version, the version that fits into a headline. The real question is not how many people have jobs. The real question is how many people are actually surviving. The invisible workforce. There is a growing group of people economists rarely talk about. They wake up early, they work long hours, they follow the rules, yet they are one emergency away from disaster. These are delivery drivers, call center agents, freelancers, contract workers, temporary employees, gig workers. They are technically employed, but they are not secure. This is underemployment, and it is exploding, and people are working jobs that do not match their skills. Jobs with no stability, no benefits, no future growth. On paper, they count as employed. In reality, they feel trapped. Why people are disappearing from the data? Here is something rarely explained. If someone stops actively looking for a job, they are no longer counted as unemployed. Read that again. When people give up, the unemployment rate improves. That means frustration looks like progress. Burnout looks like recovery. Silence looks like success. Millions have stopped applying, stopped hoping, stopped believing effort will pay off, not because they are lazy, but because rejection has become routine. The system rewards giving up by pretending you no longer exist. The rise of working poverty. There was a time when having a job meant security. That promise is broken. Today, you can be employed and still poor. You can work full-time and still struggle to pay rent. You can do everything right and still fall behind. This is working poverty. Wages have not kept up with living costs. Housing has become unreachable. Healthcare feels like a luxury. Savings feel impossible. So when leaders say unemployment is low, many workers hear something very different. They hear, your pain does not count. The skills trap nobody warned you about. There is another layer to this crisis that rarely gets attention. And it affects educated people just as much as anyone else. For years, people were told one simple promise: study hard, get skills, get a degree, and stability will follow. That promise is breaking. Today, millions are overqualified and underpaid. Graduates are working roles that do not require their training. Experienced professionals are accepting lower positions just to stay employed. This is the skills trap. Technology moves faster than education systems. Jobs evolve faster than workers can retrain, and companies want experience without investing in people. So workers are stuck in a constant race to stay relevant. Certifications, online courses, new tools, new expectations. Yet even after all that effort, security is still not guaranteed. Employment has become temporary by design. Companies benefit from flexible labor. Workers absorb the risk. And when people fall behind, the system does not slow down for them. It replaces them. This creates a quiet fear across the workforce. Not the fear of unemployment, but the fear of becoming outdated. The fear that one skill shift, one software update, or one economic shock can erase years of effort. That fear keeps people compliant. It keeps wages low. It keeps voices quiet. Because when survival depends on staying invisible, speaking up feels dangerous. And once again, none of this shows up in the unemployment rate, but it shapes how people live every single day. Why this crisis feels quiet. This crisis is silent for a reason. People are ashamed. Ashamed to admit they are struggling. Ashamed to say a job is not enough anymore. Social media shows success stories, not survival stories. Everyone looks fine online, so everyone assumes they are alone. That silence protects the system. Because a crisis without noise can be ignored. The mental cost. Nobody measures. There is another statistic nobody includes. Mental exhaustion, anxiety, loss of identity. Work is no longer just about income, it is about dignity. When people feel replaceable, they feel disposable. Burnout is rising, motivation is collapsing, confidence is fading, yet none of this shows up in the 4.6%. Why companies love this number? Low unemployment sounds like success, and success attracts investment. Companies can claim growth. Governments can claim stability. Markets stay calm. But here is the trade-off. Stability for the system often means pressure on the worker. More output, less security, higher expectations, lower protection. The number stays low, the pressure stays high. The role of productivity pressure. Another hidden factor behind low unemployment is productivity pressure. Companies are demanding more output from fewer people. Technology tracks performance in real time. Targets keep rising. Breaks keep shrinking. One worker now does the job of two. And when exhaustion becomes normal, survival is praised as resilience instead of recognized as a warning. This creates the illusion of efficiency, but it drains energy, creativity, and long-term health. The number stays low. The human cost keeps climbing. The truth about job creation: not all jobs are equal. Creating millions of low-wage, insecure jobs does not mean progress. It means survival has become the goal. People are no longer building careers. They are stacking paychecks. They are juggling schedules. They are running just to stay in place. That is not growth. That is endurance. Why this matters to you even if you have a job? You might be thinking this does not affect you, but it does. Because when insecurity becomes normal, everyone feels replaceable. It weakens bargaining power. It lowers expectations. It shifts risk from companies to individuals. The fear spreads quietly, and fear keeps people silent. What real recovery would look like? Real recovery is not just job numbers. It is job quality, wage growth, stability, mobility, time. Recovery means people can plan again, plan families, plan futures, plan rest. Until that happens, 4.6% is just a distraction. The question nobody is asking. The real question is not how many people are employed. The real question is how many people feel secure, because a society can look healthy while quietly falling apart. And the scariest crises are the ones hidden behind good numbers. 4.6% is not a victory. It is a warning that struggle has been normalized, a warning that silence has replaced outrage, a warning that survival has replaced stability. If this conversation makes you uncomfortable, that means it matters, because the moment we stop questioning numbers, we stop seeing people. Do not let this crisis stay silent. If this opened your eyes, like the video. Subscribe for deeper conversations like this. Share it with someone who needs to hear the truth. Because awareness is where change begins.